It's your boy Rob, and I'm back again with another video. Now, I was doing some thinking, right? Because I had done that video earlier, and I'd done the video earlier than that. And I was just sitting back thinking about, coronavirus and racial justice, right? Racial justice as it's defined for us. Because, the way that racial justice is defined for us, because we never really get to define racial justice, it's defined for us. Then all of the AWGs get all mad and cry about social justice. Get mad at the Websters of the world, to get mad at the Oxfords of the world, the motherfuckers that create these concepts and create these dictionary terms. They get mad at us because we ain't got shit. Clearly. Multiple studies out there show that shit, including the most recent one about the coronavirus. Now, since they want to make it a race issue, fuck it. Let's do what they do. Let's weaponize the race issue. As far as I'm concerned, what coronavirus is doing in the United States to black people in particular is a genocide. It is a genocide, and it is a planned and targeted genocide. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Evidence already shows in multiple reports and multiple news articles that there's been medical malpractice against the United States ever since the Tuskegee studies. That's evidence. Motive. Black people have a small percent of the population and make up a large portion of poverty, as well as make up a large portion of the crime. Motive. I believe that this is a targeted genocide, and I think that a fact-finding investigation needs to take place. I think that a fact-finding investigation needs to take place, and I believe that criminal and punitive damages should be charged against the United States as well as charged against China. Then maybe they can help each other out. You know what I'm saying? You got all these pictures with, Biden and what's his name? Biden and President Xi. Right? They've been rubbing each other's nutsacks ever since they heard that Biden was the prospective president. All right. Well, we know Chinese people don't like black people, and we know for a certain fact historical precedent shows that the United States has an issue with us. So I say collectively, black people file a lawsuit against the United States for damages for coronavirus, because clearly it could have been managed different. Clearly, Operation Dark Winter was an exercise where pandemic behavior, reaction, and spread was studied. Alright? Now, all of these other studies that have come out recently have all provided all of the evidence, and they provided all of the premise of why black people disproportionately, more than likely, will have fear against the government of taking the vaccine. And as far as I'm concerned, we have fear against the government because it was purposely mismanaged to specifically hit our population. Now, how are you like that? Economic justice. Let's hit that lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? The lawyers need to get together like, let's compare all these notes, download all this stuff off the internet, off the government. Let's get these studies. And also, in addition to that, they need to sue the education system. Because in the article that I read earlier, it said that black kids, poor kids, and Latino kids are being hit the hardest by COVID's effect on schools. Alright? Now, Joe Biden already believes that the bell curve is true, so that's not what we need, is another generation of dumb melanated people. That's not, according to Joe Biden, that's not what we need. So what do? You either dumb down the kids or you exterminate them. You knock them off, and guess what coronavirus is doing? It's knocking niggas off at a ratio of 116 to 100,000. That's a problem. That's a problem that a court should solve. We got plenty of evidence that says that the government mismanaged coronavirus. So now all of a sudden they're gonna recant it. See, this is the problem right here. People are not proactive enough. Take this shit to court. We got massive amounts of articles saying that this is hitting the black community hard. We got massive amounts of articles saying that this was mismanaged. Well, if you mismanage a quality control process at a factory, At a pharmaceutical company, guess what? The people who you mismanage that quality control process, if they get damaged as a result, guess what? You're negligent. Guess what? Monetary damages. You know what I'm saying? You got punitive liability. Guess what the United States got? Man, black people got the you know what? Black people have a great case against the United States against COVID-19. Don't be out in the street advocating for, racial police violence, all that bullshit. You want to make COVID a racial issue? We're going to make it a racial issue. We're going to absolutely make it a racial issue. How you like that? How you like the fact that I agree with all of those articles and I think that it was mismanaged? So guess what? That's evidence. So what? All of a sudden now you're going to sit there and say those articles are wrong? That it wasn't mismanaged? I think it was purposely mismanaged. Even idiot Governor Cuomo said that. Now, you don't like where I'm taking that shit, do you? Now you don't like where that shit's going, because now we laying out an actual adequate case for the fact that this is a genocide. Purposeful mismanagement, motive based on statistics, and we can, for this particular fruit of my labors, we can use all Fox News statistics as far as, crime rates with black people. We can use the FBI in courtroom to justify why we should be getting that money from China and United States. Thank you, guys. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a couple things that I wanted to bullet point, because again, this should be a lawsuit. Any black person who is in law school, or all black law firms should actually cooperate their efforts to put this lawsuit together in a pro bono effort. You know what I'm saying? Put it together. Work together. Sue the United States. Sue China. They mismanaged COVID. They exterminating everybody. If they call what's going on in South Africa a genocide, if the issues between the native people and the foreign people in South Africa is a genocide, then the purposeful mismanagement of COVID-19, as well as all of the evidence behind why black people are having issues with the treatment, that's definitely a genocide. Irrefutable. There's no one that can argue with that. There's no one that can argue with that. That black people legitimately have a case against the United States and against China for damages caused by COVID-19. We could use Joe Biden's plan if you want. We can use Joe Biden's plans and all of those articles that they use to try to go in on Trump. We can use all of those. Now, we can use Dr. Fauci's own word. Now, I bet you don't like that. I bet you don't like that. I bet you's a whole lot of faces turning red watching this video. I can't wait to see what they say on BitChute about this one. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it when you talk like that. Strategy. You know what I mean? So, there's a couple points that I wanted to make. All right? I want to make sure that I get through all of them. Okay? So, in my opinion, all the past causes need to be discarded. Discard all the past causes. Everyone needs to publicly disassociate with all of these nonsensical causes. Get away from this climate justice nonsense that Cori Bush is talking about. Get away from this Green Deal nonsense. We're going to specifically talk about the targeted use of COVID negligence against black people, as well as the track record that the United States has, and as well as how the black people are the most lowest class in United States society, which is a motive for a purposeful extermination. We should take this to the UN, and we should take it to the Supreme Court here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? This is terrorism. This is domestic terrorism against a group of people here in the United States. This is no different than Nazi Germany. Well, actually it is. It's a lot different than Nazi Germany. But it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? Very similar. Because, again, it's a biological agent. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Nazis used biological agents and they used chemical agents, which now we're about to introduce a chemical agent in the form of this vaccine, which, oddly enough, black people who want it are being told by elected officials that they can't have it. But black people that don't want it, the government is trying to pander to, despite clearly laying out the reasons why black people don't want to deal with this vaccine. Very strange. You can't ignore stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The celebrities need to be discredited. Anytime celebrities say something and it doesn't go with the initiatives that need to be sought after, they need to be publicly disavowed. They need to be discredited, and their word needs to be clearly equitable to nothing. People need to stop letting celebrities speak for them, because celebrities are letting their wallet do the motivation instead of letting the common good do their motivation. You know what I'm saying? All the old models and paradigms need to be removed. Stop worrying about old stupid ass shit. All the evidence is out that COVID-19 disproportionately affects black people. There's more than preponderance of doubt to show that this was purposefully mismanaged. There's motive, there's opportunity, and there's a past history. This, in most cases, would be now it would take less evidence than this to put a black person in jail. So it should take exactly this amount of evidence to prove the United States as well as China guilty of purposeful extermination of blacks through COVID-19, and there should be monetary damages involved. You know what I'm saying? White people love going around saying black people dropping like flies from COVID. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Time for some dollars to drop like flies too, because you're right. You know what I'm saying? We've been targeted with this shit. You feel me? How you like that? How you like that? How you like that 80 IQ strategy? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else we got. Yeah, get away from the phrases. Get away from this defund the police nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the racial justice nonsense. Talking about monetary damages for the purposeful use of COVID to exterminate blacks. We need to broadcast this through social media, and it needs to go to the United States should be benignly neglected. United States media should not be reached out to in order to cover this. Only international media. You know what I'm saying? Only international media should be reached out to. There should be a concentrated social media effort to push this. You know what I'm saying? The elected government officials need to be benignly neglected. AOC, Cori Bush, the squad, they don't need any parts of this. Obama don't need any parts of this. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris don't need any parts of this. This needs to be, like, if you pay attention to how Trump supporters did with Pizzagate, that's how we need to do with Coronagate. You know what I'm saying? We need to have Coronagate. You know what I'm saying? For real. Alright? So that's it, man. Coronagate 2021. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And when it do happen, make sure you know where you got that idea from. You came here. Blacklight Revelations. Alright? So I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.